So literally at the sign for the Bridge of the Gods, right as I was ready to drive over for the official start to Ocean to Ice, highly symbolic, a bald eagle does this low altitude flyby directly over my head. Like, what are the chances of that? Life-changing moments, not postcard views, those deeper experiences that really land. Not because the mountains have changed, because we did. We got faster, louder, more distracted, more comfortable, and honestly, more crowded. So I'm out here trying to see what can be done about that. Ocean to Ice, or OTI, is a 6-month, 1,000-mile backpacking expedition through the Pacific Northwest and Canadian Rockies, used as a living laboratory. I'm basing out of my van, the Silver Sasquatch, between sections and sharing notes from the trail. So I drove north from Paria Canyon up through Salt Lake City and then through Boise and the first mountain passes of Oregon and down into the Columbia River Gorge. And what I found there was amazing. I've run a lot of marathons, including the spectacle of the Boston Marathon. They start with a pistol shot and save the drama for the finish line. Ocean to Ice apparently had other plans. It began by crossing the Bridge of the Gods, then driving 23 miles through the Columbia River Gorge to Multnomah Falls. And honestly, you've never seen a sensory overload like this. The expedition started hot. Yeah, come on. How could you not want to cross something called Bridge of the Gods? The wilder part is the original Bridge of Gods wasn't the modern bridge at all. Centuries ago, a massive landslide collapsed into the Columbia River and temporarily created a natural land bridge across the gorge. Native legend turned it into a myth. The gods built a bridge across the river. Mount Hood and Mount Adams fought over a maiden named Luit. The bridge was destroyed and Luit became Mount St. Helens. The modern steel bridge showed up later in 1926 and basically said, yep, we're keeping that name. That was a good call. It feels like a threshold, like crossing into adventure. And right before I passed beneath the sign, a bald eagle ripped low over the van like the Pacific Northwest was personally welcoming me to the expedition, like a really cool starter's pistol going off. Coincidence? I think not. Then came 23 highway miles consisting of scenery so ridiculous, it almost feels computer generated. Engineers in the early 1900s intentionally designed the road to reveal the landscape dramatically around each curve. Tunnels, overlooks, waterfalls, sudden views exploding around the bends. They didn't just build a road, they built an experience. Then suddenly, Multnomah Falls. 620 feet tall, 2 tiers, fed year-round by underground springs. Over 2 million people visit each year. And somehow it still completely overwhelms you in person, especially when nobody else is there, which happened to me. For a little while, I had the place almost entirely to myself. The sound alone felt physical. The mist, the scale of it, felt holy. And honestly, the deeper story of the gorge might be the best part. For thousands of years, this place has been a passage. Native trade route, massive salmon runs, Lewis and Clark corridor, railroad route, highway route, Pacific Crest Trail crossing, and now somehow my own passage into this expedition. That thought hit me standing there in the midst beneath the falls. This gorge has been pulling people towards adventure for a very long time. Hey, that was an incredible start to Ocean to Ice, but it was only day one. Pack's on. Let's see what's still out there.